Welcome back to another Garden Wise Adventures. We're with Kris, and this time we're going to highlight another of my favorite perennials, one that I never thought I would recommend as a perennial for Utah, but it's the hydrangeas. So tell me, Kris, why can all of a sudden we now recommend hydrangeas for Utah when in the past it was a real risky proposition?
I think just the education, getting the word out that they do well here and people are not afraid of them anymore.
Yeah.
I think with the research that's been behind them, Proven Winners has done a lot, and a lot of the other growers have started to catch on to the success of the hydrangea program in the last few years. And the changes they've made, the blooming on new wood, so you don't have to worry about it freezing back completely to the ground.
One problem in Utah.
Yeah, exactly, losing all your blooms. And then just gaining popularity again. I mean, honestly, it's one of our best-selling shrubs right now. For a flowering shrub with a big impact, I mean, look at that. So they've done.
We're going to turn you around in a minute.
Yeah,
but yeah, you could just see
I'm
right
so
behind
excited.
her.
There's so many that do well, and there's no need to be afraid to use them in Utah. They're drought tolerant once they're established. They look fantastic, and it's something that's blooming in the summer that carries into the fall. So it's a great addition to asters, mums, and those kind of things where you still want color in your yard. Instead of going real heavy on spring color, this is something that you can definitely plant that has a nice structure and a fantastic fall color, especially when we start to cool off.
Okay, so before I turn this around so we can look at some of your favorites, what do they need to survive here?
So this one's going to be kind of tricky, and there's going to be different needs depending on the variety that you go with. The popular one, I would say our best seller is definitely the Limelight. That's kind of what we're standing in front of here. They need sun. Most people want to just stick them in the shade, but if you go with the panicle varieties, they're going to need some sun to get those really nice blooms on them. And so morning sun, a little bit of afternoon shade is really what they would like, but I would easily give them a good 6 to 8 hours of sun to get maximum bloom on them. You can give them more shade, but your color, your bloom display is just not going to be the same. That's going to be true with the panicle hydrangeas. When we get into the others like the mountain hydrangeas, some of our big leaf hydrangeas, those are definitely going to need shade. If we walk over and look at them, you'll be able to tell why. They do scorch on the top. And so do your research and figure out what kind works best for your situation. But I would bet for just about any situation you have, we've got a hydrangea that's going to fit that.
Now, one misconception I've heard, and I want you to help clear up, is I've heard a lot of people say they have to have acidic soil.
They do kind of, they will prefer an acidic soil. I would say just use an acidic fertilizer on them, not necessarily amending all of your soil. I mean, we're so alkaline here in Utah, so anything you're doing to help definitely helps, but they don't need it to survive. They'll do fine, but I would still get, just like any of your plants, get in a regular fertilizer routine. That's going to make a lot of your stuff just thrive anyway.
Perfect. So let's turn around and look at some of these. I don't know if we're going to be able to show them all because there's so many. Okay, so what are these?
Okay.
These are absolutely gorgeous.
We're starting with our best seller by far. These are the Limelight hydrangeas. You can see on these more mature flowers back here, this is something, it's the panicle hydrangea, so you've got that nice cone-shaped flower, and it's going to come out and start lime green, and you can see them starting to fade a little bit to that white color, and then as the season goes on and as we start to cool off a little bit more, you're going to get more of a pink color developing.
Okay, so they start green and fade to white.
They do. Well, it's never really a true white. It's just more of kind of a lime green. You can see on some of these older blossoms here how you're starting to get a little bit of that dusty pink color. And then as the season goes on, these blooms stay on here and the color just starts to go a little bit darker. So there's a lot of different varieties that fall into the panicle hydrangea category. There's the Limelight, and then they've come out with one that's similar to Limelight, but it's just smaller. So it's called the Little Lime. They've taken all the characteristics of the Limelight and just condensed it down to a smaller hydrangea. And then there's lots of other different varieties, not necessarily just the Proven Winner ones, but we've got a lot of other growers doing really good jobs with their hydrangea varieties. So the panicle hydrangeas, another one I want to spotlight really quick, is the Quickfire hydrangea. And this is one,
look at those.
If I had to pick a favorite, this is probably my favorite. I like that it comes out a little bit earlier than the Limelight, And the blooms when they first come out are a little bit more of that white color. And then you've got the really pretty red stem that shows up.
Oh, look at that
too.
stem, yeah.
So that's, and with the deep veins on the leaves hold their dark green color really well. So this one is one that I really like. And then as the season goes, it does start to turn kind of that dusty pink color, but you end up with like a really almost true red color by the end of the season for these.
Yeah, look at these over here.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Wow.
So just like the Limelight and Little Lime, we've got Quick Fire, and then we've got the Little Quick Fire too. Same thing as a Quick Fire, just a smaller, more condensed version of the plant. So
you have something for everybody.
we really do, yeah. And so moving on from the panicle hydrangeas, another really popular one that, I mean, it's popular for us with our homeowners and with our contractors is the Annabelle. Annabelle is kind of an old classic that's been around for a long time. This is the smooth hydrangea family, so you get more of that round flower. In fact, here's one kind of finishing up here, but you get the round flower, and this is another one that's really hardy, does well here in Utah. I would probably go with a little bit more shade for something like this.
Okay, more shade on this one.
Cold hardiness, you're absolutely fine. They're really cold hardy. I would definitely put it in the shade. And then Proven Winners has come out with some variations on the Annabelle. They've taken a lot of the good Annabelle characteristics and kind of improved on them. They've improved flower color. We've got the mini, I can't remember the name on this one. Mini Mauvette. No, Invincible.
Oh,
yeah.
Invincible. Okay.
Invincible is a series, and so this is the Mini Mauvette. But we've got a couple different, we've got like the Ruby, and then more of the Mini Mauvette over there. But they've taken the really good Annabelle qualities and just added some color, and then added better structure. The biggest complaint with the Annabelles is that they flop when they bloom.
So do these flop?
No, the new ones, the new Proven Winner, the Incredible and Invincible, those are much more sturdy and don't have the flop problem that the Annabelle does. They're still hardy, still do fantastic here, but just a nice hydrangea for this area.
Oh, I love it.
And then another one I want to show you, I absolutely love, Oak Leaf Hydrangea.
Oh,
It's not as common as the others, but the leaf on it is amazing. My favorite thing about these is the fall color. You get a really nice purple, almost red fall color with these, and that's on top of the really cool flower that you get. We've got one back there kind of blooming on its own, but they've kind of gained in popularity a little bit over the last few years. We're starting to sell more of them, but they've always been one of my favorites, especially for the fall color, and they just have such an amazing texture.
So do they need more shade, or can they?
This is one that I do in more shade.
More shade,
yes,
okay.
Definitely. Okay, so coming into this section here, you can definitely see these are the ones that are going to require a little bit more shade. These are the big leaf hydrangeas, and we've got some of the mountain hydrangeas in here too. Again, they do fantastic here. This is where you're going to get the bigger traditional hydrangea flower. They've got the lace cap, and then they've got the mop head ones, real similar to Endless Summer.
Okay.
But they've got Proven Winners has come out with the tough stuff and a couple other varieties that have been performing really well here. This is one that needs shade. You can see the leaves start to turn kind of that purple color.
And that means they're burning.
They're burning, yes. And even the flowers, they just don't. I mean, this is a gorgeous mop head hydrangea flower. It needs some shade.
Look, this is what happens if it gets too much.
Yeah. And we're working on it, but for now, I mean, they typically sell fast enough that it's not a huge issue. But this is one where if you've got like a really nice shade garden, you're getting sun in the morning, afternoon shade, like a place where you're growing hostas and things like that are just real shade loving, this would be a fantastic addition to that. They do really well. They're blooming on new wood. They're cold hardy, so it would be a great one to add to your garden.
And is this the ruby one?
This, I believe, this is the Incredible Blush.
Oh, Incredible
So
Blush.
real similar to the Mauvette that we looked at, but this is the Incredible Blush. A fantastic flower color. I mean, even before it opens all the way, you've got the little buds that are that really dark color. And then look at
the contrast.
Yeah, just the contrast on there, even just on the one plant. These open and fade a little bit, and that looks amazing. And then the Ruby, which is a really exciting one. I think both of us loved this when we looked at it. So this is the Invincible Ruby, and this just has, it seems to have a more intense pink color on it, but performs really well. Size-wise, you're pretty small with this. You're about 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. So a great little compact shrub, definitely something a little different for the hydrangea family, but this color has really caught on. We've sold quite a few of this new color.
I love it.
It's,
Now these giant heads over here, what are these?
We're back to limelight.
So this is the limelight. Oh my word, that head is just
I know,
like huge.
it's
Could you put
huge.
your hand over there so you could just kind of see? They're just huge.
Yeah, just massive. And there are some other ones besides limelight that get the big head like that. I don't think I have any blooming, but we've got like the bloomstruck, the lava lamp. So there are some that are not proven winter specific that are still gorgeous panicle hydrangeas. So if you're not able to find limelight specifically, if it's the panicle hydrangea, chances are it's going to do fantastic here in Utah. So still other really good options besides just the limelight for the flower shape and color.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. So any closing words on hydrangeas? Anything else they need to know?
Don't be afraid of them. There's
I love
probably
it.
a spot.
Because I was
One's
really
yard.
afraid of them until this year.
I know. And we're starting to get our contractors and our landscape designers more used to the idea of using them. Homeowners have definitely caught on, and so they're
Well, how could you not?
yeah, they're doing their research. They're finding out what look they want, what's gonna do best in their yard, coming in and asking about it. If we don't have it, there's a good chance we can get it. But I mean, just the entire block here, that goes to show that there's definitely a hydrangea that will fit in just about any yard.
Well, thank you so much.
You are
Now, where
welcome.
can we find Thrive Nursery?
Thrive Nursery, we're located on the west side of the freeway in American Fork. We are open to the public, so anyone is welcome to come shop with us.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And everybody, here, let's turn us around here. Thank you for joining us today. If you need anything, Thrive Nursery it's a huge nursery. They have a lot of stuff. And talk to Kris. She has more knowledge than a lot of people. So
Thank you.
we appreciate your time.
No problem.
So everybody, go have a wonderful garden adventure and get planting.